process started with us really setting the rules of the game. So figuring out, who could vote, where you had to live, how old you could be, which projects would qualify and which projects wouldn't. So there was an initial kind of planning period. Folks brainstormed projects at the first big community assembly, and they separated them into projects that really policy pieces that they wanted the government to tackle, and then pieces that could be funded through the project. So there were 191 ideas generated. It was a lot, and about 89 folks came out to generate ideas.
I'm Jeannie Thompson, and I think this is a great idea that the citizens actually have a say in something that's going on in this neighborhood.
I'm glad that the citizens around here have a chance to think of ways to spend the money and make something really nice for the community that will not only clean up the air, but maybe even educate people.
So that was the first piece. Then the second piece was the delegate summit, which was, I believe, the 4th of June, and there were 25 folks that volunteered to be budget delegates. And so their task was really to narrow from about 80 projects after everything had been combined, turn them into actual project ideas, combine the duplicates, figure out who would benefit, and identify a lead organization that could actually make the project come to life. And so we did that at the River Road Volunteer Firehouse, and that was another 3-hour just work session. It was really intense, and folks did a great job. And we ended that night, with charge to go out and get letters of support from lead organizations, and help get budgets and all that good stuff. So there was another then a mini delegate summit here a couple days after that, where we finalized the ballot. So after it went from 191 to 80 to 40 to 15 projects that ended up on the ballot. And then voting started. So there was a week of voting. It started on the 15th, went to the 20th, and there were, I think, when everything was said and done, there was 14 voting locations, and they were everywhere from, Fat Man's skate shop to the senior center to schools to city halls and everything in between.
It's a good thing to do. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time, and it helps out people around us.
We decided to vote for the fine money to stay here in Tonawanda because we live in the town of Tonawanda, and we want our children to grow up safe.
And to benefit from that money, we feel that it should be kept here, obviously, and not go to Washington.
Thanks.
I voted today to make sure that money that is spent here is spent on the things that the people really want, that everybody agrees on, that we all agree are good projects for this money to go towards.
When everything was said and done, about 561 folks voted for the projects that they thought were best positioned to help the community. On the 20th, we revealed the results of the vote. People could come in and vote, and then at 7:30 or so, we unveiled the results, and we shared the top 10 with folks in the community. And from there, we are going to write a memo. We are writing a memo to EPA and Department of Justice to share the results with them and ask that they incorporate them into their recommendations for judge scrutiny. So the ultimate decision making is made by the judge, and we'll find out about that in September.